Good day, boys and girls. Today we are going to tackle Chapter 7, Lesson 3, Writing Numerical Expressions. What's a numerical expression? A numerical expression is a combination of numbers and at least one operation. Like, there's an expression. What do you notice about that? There's no answer. If it had an answer, it would be then called an equation. Because of the equal sign, that's where we get equation. That's now an equation. Without the equal sign and the calculation, what we now have is a numerical expression. So when you write a numerical expression from words, this is a technique that helps people deal with word problems, because oftentimes doing the calculation is not that hard. But figuring out from the words what you're supposed to do, that's where students struggle with word problems. Part of that problem is when you don't know your proper math terms, which I know your teachers have been teaching you since 1st and 2nd grade, and many of you still don't have them. In 5th grade, in 3rd grade, you would be given this question. Whoopie-doo. But in 5th grade, you may get a similar kind of question, but they're famous for saying, what is the product of 3 and 5? What's a product? If you don't know, then you have absolutely no chance of calculating that question correctly. And you may be a fantastic multiplier. You may know your times tables, fantastic, know how to multiply, just absolutely fantastic. But if you don't understand that's what they're asking you to do, you won't even have a chance to show how fabulous you are. You have to know words like sum, difference, product, quotient, factor, multiple. You have to know these words, because then you can take them and translate them from English into math, because math is a whole different language. Here are a couple of examples. Divide 24 by the sum of 5 and 3. Divide 24 by the sum of 5 and 3. Well, 24 divided by, that's pretty easy, so we'll start there. 24 divided by, you with me? The sum of 5 and 3. Well, what is the sum? That's the answer to an addition problem. So that means we're going to add 5 and 3. 24 divided by the sum of 5 and 3. Now, last time we learned about order of operations. When you look at this question, divide 24 by the sum of 5 and 3, what do they want you to do first? Do they want you to do 24 divided by 5? Doesn't sound like it. They want to take 24 and divide it by the sum. So that means you want to do this first. Well, addition does not come before division in PEMDAS. Remember, it comes kind of last. Poor addition and subtraction. So in order to make somebody do this first, what do we have to do? Parentheses. So if I put parentheses, if I put parentheses there, that makes you do the sum first before you divide. So now we have 24 divided by the sum of 5 and 3. Cool. Now, notice I didn't calculate that because the question said, write the phrase as a numerical expression. So if the question does not say calculate, solve, evaluate, or any of those other big words that basically mean number crunch them, be a calculator, then this, my friends, is the answer. Don't waste your time calculating questions that you've not been told to. What you've been told to do is take the English words and translate them into numbers. Please be careful, because if the question does not say solve, and don't waste your time solving it. This already shows us that you can translate English into math. And that, my friends, is a huge important skill when you're working on word problems or when you're out in the world working on business problems. They don't come to you like this. Here you go, solve that. No, the problem will be, well, we have 24 of this, but we need to divide it, but first we got to add up this other stuff. And you've got to be able to take that world problem and boil it down into numbers, and then you can solve it. So right now we're working on that skill of translation. So our